Welcome back, everybody. Do you owe more on your car than it's worth? Think about this. If you got into an accident tomorrow and your vehicle was totaled, would you still have to make your car payments? Probably. There's a way to fix that, though. It's time to get smart about something called gap insurance. Andy Crouppen is with the law firm Brown & Crouppen. Andy, how are you?
I'm great. You?
I appreciate you coming in to talk about this because this is one of those things that people don't think about, and they're like, why? This isn't important until you're in a situation where you really need it, right?
That's right. I think sometimes people don't realize the importance of maybe talking to somebody like an insurance broker before they purchase insurance. They'll just call, directly and say, hey, give me car insurance. But they don't realize all the different options. So I think, I'll give you an example that I think surprises a lot of people. Yep. You go to the dealer, you buy a brand new car, you pay $25,000 for it, you take out a loan. 2 blocks away, you're sitting at a stoplight and a drunk driver rear ends you, totals the car, okay? That car that you owe $25,000 on, the minute you come off that lot is probably worth $20,000. And you wouldn't suspect that who's gonna owe that extra $5,000, the difference between what you owe and what the car's worth?
Yep.
You.
That's right.
And that's what gap insurance is, to cover the gap between what you owe on the car and what the actual cash value is.
Hence the term gap insurance.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. So let's really drill down into this and talk about who needs it. Who should consider this?
So anyone who owes more on their car than the car is worth. If you owe $300 more, obviously it's not worth it. Gap insurance is usually probably $300 to $500 depending on where you live and what kind of car. So if your car is worth a few $1,000s less than what you owe on it,
right,
you may want to consider it, because if your car's totaled, you're left with that obligation.
Now, if you got $50,000 in the bank and you're not really sweating the small stuff, maybe that's not a worry for you.
$100 bills just falling out of your pockets.
Like most of us.
No, but even
clearly.
still, why wouldn't you get it?
Yeah, if it's pennies on the dollar, yeah.
That's right.
So the flip side of this is there are people that absolutely no-brainer do not need gap insurance.
Well, that's right. If you have a car that's paid off, you don't need gap insurance. If you have a car that you've had for a few years and you owe $5,000 on it, but the car's worth $5,500, you don't need gap insurance. It really is just to insure people who owe way more, because most of the time when you buy a car, you're going to owe thousands and thousands more than the car is actually worth.
At least initially, during
That's
the initial
right.
part of that loan. There's some myths out there. I think some people are
Aren't there always?
Of course. Some people are going to think that gap insurance means, oh, I'm going to get a check for the price I paid for the car.
Right.
That's not true.
No, it's not. And I think a lot of people are disappointed to learn that sometimes if your car is totaled, even when you have gap insurance, what happens is your car gets paid off, you walk away, you still have no car, no down payment for a new car. So, you want to at least put yourself back to ground zero.
And don't think to yourself, well, I'm not going to worry about it because the other guy's going to have gap insurance. That's for his car. You're buying gap insurance for your own vehicle.
That's right. And some lenders will require it.
Yep.
Sometimes if you have a lease, you're required. Sometimes the lease will provide it. The best thing to do is ask a lot of questions. It's generally sold by whoever you borrow the money from.
Gotcha. There you go. Look into it. Andy, thank you very much.
Take care.
Appreciate you being here. If you'd like to get in touch with Brown & Crouppen, they will take your call anytime, believe me. 314-ALL-TWOS, 222-2222, or visit their website at getbc.com.
Thank you, fellas.